Sad love and life quotes that will make you stronger and help you cope in difficult situations. I hope these inspiring quotes about loss and despair help you feel better and get back on track. These sad quotes can help you remember that you are not alone. It's amazing how someone can break your heart, and you can still love them with all the little pieces. I always like walking in the rain, so no one can see me crying. To have been loved so deeply, even though the person who loved us is gone, will give us some protection forever. Relationship is like a glass. Sometimes it's better to leave it broken instead of hurting yourself while trying to put them back together. Learning is a gift, even when pain is your teacher. What brings us to tears will lead us to grace. Our pain is never wasted. Our greatest joy and our greatest pain come in our relationships with others. There is a distinct, awful pain that comes with loving someone more than they love you. There is no despair so absolute as that which comes with the first moments of our first great sorrow, when we have not yet known what it is to have suffered and be healed, to have despaired and have recovered hope. Breathing is hard. When you cry so much, it makes you realize that breathing is hard. Worry never robs tomorrow of its sorrow, it only saps today of its joy. There are moments when I wish I could roll back the clock and take all the sadness away, but I have a feeling that if I did, the joy would be gone as well. So I take the memories as they come, accepting them all, letting them guide me whenever I can. It is the unknown we fear when we look upon death and darkness, nothing more. We're taught to be ashamed of confusion, anger, fear, and sadness, and to me, they're of equal value to happiness, excitement, and inspiration. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. Sad hurts, but it's a healthy feeling. It is a necessary thing to feel. The bitterest tears shed over graves are for words left unsaid and deeds left undone. Behind every sweet smile, there is a bitter sadness that no one can ever see and feel. Some days are just bad days, that's all. You have to experience sadness to know happiness, and I remind myself that not every day is going to be a good day. That's just the way it is. In deep sadness, there is no place for sentimentality. One must not let oneself be overwhelmed by sadness. Sadness is also a kind of defense. The walls we build around us to keep sadness out also keeps out the joy. Every human walks around with a certain kind of sadness. They may not wear it on their sleeves, but it's there if you look deep. We never taste happiness in perfection. Our most fortunate successes are mixed with sadness. Sadness usually results from one of the following causes, either when a man does not succeed or is ashamed of his success. So much sadness exists in the world that we are all under obligation to contribute as much joy as lies within our powers. Make the most of your regrets. Never smother your sorrow, but tend and cherish it till it comes to have a separate and integral interest. To regret deeply is to live afresh. Every man has his secret sorrows which the world knows not, and oftentimes we call a man cold when he is only sad. You see, I usually find myself among strangers because I drift here and there, trying to forget the sad things that happened to me. A million words would not bring you back. I know because I tried. Neither would a million tears. I know because I cried. Better by far you should forget and smile than that you should remember and be sad. Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes round in another form. It is sadder to find the past again and find it inadequate to the present than it is to have it elude you and remain forever a harmonious conception of memory. Your silence hurt me more than your words. It will never rain roses. When we want to have more roses, we must plant more roses. The good times of today are the sad thoughts of tomorrow. It's sad when someone you know becomes someone you knew. Tears come from the heart and not from the brain. Grief is not as heavy as guilt, but it takes more away from you. When you feel sad, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't hurt to feel sad from time to time. Melancholy is the happiness of being sad. Sad things happen. They do. But we don't need to live sad forever. You know, a heart can be broken, but it keeps on beating just the same. Don't ever tell anybody anything. If you do, you start missing everybody. There is no sadder sight than a young pessimist, except an old optimist. As the light begins to intensify, so does my misery, and I wonder how it is possible to hurt so much when nothing is wrong. Sometimes you've got to be able to listen to yourself and be okay with no one else understanding. Tears are words the mouth can't say, nor can the heart bear. Heavy hearts, like heavy clouds in the sky, are best relieved by the letting of a little water. There is no worse sorrow than remembering happiness in the day of sorrow. Sorrow is one of the vibrations that prove the fact of living. For all sad words of tongue and pen, the saddest are these, it might have been. When you're happy, you enjoy the music. But when you're sad, you understand the lyrics. People cry, not because they are weak. It is because they've been strong for too long. I don't like depending on people because people leave all the time. Because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself, and that has to be enough. Keep smiling, and one day life will get tired of upsetting you. When someone lies to you, it's because they don't respect you enough to be honest, and they think you are too stupid to know the difference. Be strong now because things will get better. It might be stormy now, but it can't rain forever. You fall in love with the most unexpected person at the most unexpected time. Stop trying to change someone who doesn't want to change. Stop giving chances to someone who abuses your forgiveness. Stop walking back to the place where your heart ran from. Stop trusting their words and ignoring their actions. Stop breaking your own heart. Nobody knows about the little meltdowns I have when I'm alone. They only know about the smiles and laughs I show them. You'll never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. The worst feeling is when you feel like you're annoying the only person you want to talk to. Life is sad. Life is a bust. All you can do is do what you must. Behind every sweet smile, there is a bitter sadness that no one can ever see and feel. To fall in love is awfully simple, but to fall out of love is simply awful. We must understand that sadness is an ocean, and sometimes we drown, while other days we are forced to swim. When you feel like you've had it up to here, and you're mad enough to scream, but you're sad enough to tear, that's rock bottom. I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people who make you feel alone.